The astonishing letter written by Pontius Pilate about the crucifixion of Jesus is not just another historical artifact. It is a document that unveils a profound perspective on one of the most significant events in history. This letter, believed to be penned by Pilate himself, offers an insider's view into the political and social climate of the time, revealing details that have long been shrouded in mystery. For centuries, scholars and theologians have debated the authenticity and content of Pilate's letter, but its implications remain undeniably intriguing. Imagine uncovering a piece of history that not only tells the story of Jesus' crucifixion from the perspective of the man who ordered it, but also sheds light on the complex web of events that led to this momentous occasion. The letter may seem like just another historical artifact, but it unveils a profound perspective on the crucifixion of Jesus, shedding light on what really happened. Understanding the perspective of Pilate through his letter is crucial for several reasons. This document holds the potential to alter our perception of the crucifixion, offering new insights into the events that shaped the foundation of Christianity. Pilate's letter is more than just a personal account. It is a testament to the political, social, and religious pressures that converged at a pivotal moment in history. The stakes are high because if we overlook this letter, we miss a crucial piece of the puzzle that could change our perception of the events surrounding the crucifixion. This letter reveals the complex dynamics between the Roman authorities and the Jewish leaders, illustrating how Pilate was caught in a difficult position. The decision to crucify Jesus was not made lightly, and the letter helps us understand the intense pressure Pilate faced. Ignoring this letter means losing an opportunity to explore a perspective that could deepen our understanding of history and faith. Pilate's words offer us a window into his thoughts and feelings, allowing us to see the crucifixion through his eyes, and it challenges us to reconsider the narratives we have long accepted. It challenges us to consider the broader implications of the crucifixion, not only for those directly involved, but also for the countless individuals whose lives were touched by this transformative event. To truly grasp the impact of Pilate's letter, we must first understand the historical context in which it was written. Pontius Pilate served as the Roman governor of Judea from AD 26 to 36, during a time of great political unrest and religious tension. Judea was a volatile region, where Roman rule was met with resistance from the local Jewish population. Pilate, as the governor, was tasked with maintaining order and enforcing Roman laws while managing the delicate relationship with the Jewish leaders and the people. The role of a Roman governor was not an easy one, and Pilate's position required him to navigate a complex web of political alliances and cultural differences. The Jewish population in Judea was diverse, with various sects holding different beliefs and expectations. Pilate had to balance the demands of the Roman Empire with the desires of the local populace, a task that often led to conflict. The crucifixion of Jesus occurred during a period of heightened tension, as Passover was approaching, bringing thousands of pilgrims to Jerusalem. This influx of people increased the likelihood of unrest, making Pilate's job even more challenging. In this charged atmosphere, Pilate faced a critical decision: how to handle the situation surrounding Jesus, a figure who had gained significant attention and whose teachings were perceived as a threat by some religious authorities. The letter attributed to Pilate provides us with a rare glimpse into his mindset during this turbulent time. It reveals a man torn between his duties as a Roman official and the moral implications of his actions. Pilate's letter is believed to have been written shortly after the crucifixion, possibly as a report to Emperor Tiberius or as a personal reflection on the events that had transpired. This context is essential for understanding the weight of Pilate's words and the impact they had on the historical narrative of Jesus' crucifixion. Pilate's position as governor placed him at the center of a storm that was both political and spiritual in nature. He was not only dealing with the immediate crisis at hand, but also with the long-term implications of his decision on the region and his career. The letter serves as a testament to the complexity of his role and the difficult choices he had to make. In many ways, Pilate's letter is a reflection of the broader struggle between the Roman Empire and the diverse cultures it sought to control. It highlights the challenges faced by those in positions of power when confronted with moral and ethical dilemmas. By examining this letter within its historical context, we gain a deeper understanding of the forces at play during one of the most pivotal moments in history. The significance of Pilate's letter lies in its ability to provide a nuanced perspective on the crucifixion, challenging us to reconsider our assumptions about the events of that time. It reminds us that history is not a simple narrative of good versus evil, but a complex tapestry woven from the actions and decisions of individuals faced with difficult choices. Pilate's letter offers us a glimpse into the human side of history, revealing the personal struggles and conflicts that shaped the course of events. As we explore the context of Pilate's letter, we begin to see the crucifixion not just as a religious event, but as a moment that encapsulated the political, social, and spiritual tensions of the time. This understanding allows us to appreciate the profound impact of Pilate's words and the lasting legacy of the events he describes. The letter attributed to Pilate serves as a valuable historical document, offering insights into the complexities of Roman governance in Judea and the intricate dynamics between the occupying forces and the local population. Pilate's account is a reminder of the challenges faced by those in positions of power, tasked with maintaining order in a volatile region while navigating the expectations of both their superiors and the people they governed. By examining the historical context of Pilate's letter, we gain a greater appreciation for the complexities of the time and the difficult decisions faced by those involved in the crucifixion of Jesus. The letter serves as a testament to the multifaceted nature of history, encouraging us to look beyond simplistic narratives and seek a deeper understanding of the events that have shaped our world. In the letter attributed to Pilate, we find key elements that provide us with an unprecedented look into the crucifixion of Jesus from the perspective of the Roman governor. The document serves as both a personal reflection and an official report, capturing the complexity of the events and the turmoil within Pilate himself. At its core, the letter reveals Pilate's internal conflict and the immense pressure he faced from various factions. Pilate describes the atmosphere in Jerusalem as tense and volatile, with growing unrest among the people and demands from religious leaders to take decisive action against Jesus. He writes of the difficult position he found himself in, caught between the Roman Empire's expectations to maintain peace and the religious leaders' insistence on removing what they perceived as a threat to their authority. One of the most striking aspects of the letter is Pilate's depiction of Jesus. Unlike the portrayal often found in other historical accounts, Pilate's words convey a sense of admiration and fear. He describes Jesus as a man of great influence and wisdom, whose presence alone seemed to inspire and challenge those around him. Pilate writes about the profound impact Jesus had on the crowds, noting how people were drawn to his teachings and how his message of love and compassion resonated deeply. Pilate's account reveals a man who was both curious and cautious about Jesus, recognizing the potential for both positive and negative consequences if he allowed Jesus' influence to continue unchecked. This perspective is crucial because it shows that Pilate was not merely a detached observer, but was deeply affected by the events unfolding before him. The letter also highlights Pilate's awareness of the political implications of his decision. He knew that executing Jesus would have significant repercussions, potentially inciting unrest among Jesus' followers and drawing the attention of Roman authorities. Pilate was keenly aware of the delicate balance he needed to maintain between appeasing the Jewish leaders and preventing a rebellion that could disrupt the fragile peace in Judea. He expressed his reluctance to sentence Jesus to death, describing it as a decision he felt compelled to make rather than one he believed was just. This internal conflict is evident throughout the letter, illustrating Pilate's struggle to reconcile his duties as a governor with his moral reservations about condemning an innocent man. Furthermore, the letter provides insights into the trial and sentencing process. Pilate describes the pressure he faced from the Sanhedrin and other religious authorities, who accused Jesus of blasphemy and sedition. He details the heated exchanges and the fervor with which the religious leaders demanded Jesus' crucifixion. Pilate's account suggests that he sought to find a way to release Jesus, offering the people a choice to free him or Barabbas, a known criminal. The crowd's choice to free Barabbas left Pilate with little option but to proceed with the crucifixion, despite his personal misgivings. Through this letter, we gain a deeper understanding of the legal and political processes involved in Jesus' trial, shedding light on the complexities of Roman governance and the interplay of power dynamics in Judea. Pilate's perspective on Jesus, as revealed in his letter, is a fascinating blend of respect, curiosity, and fear. Pilate saw Jesus as a unique and enigmatic figure whose teachings had captivated the masses and posed a potential threat to the established order. Unlike many Roman officials who might have dismissed Jesus as a mere troublemaker, Pilate seemed to recognize something extraordinary about him. In the letter, Pilate describes his encounters with Jesus during the trial, noting the calm and composed demeanor Jesus maintained despite the gravity of the situation. This composure left a lasting impression on Pilate, who was accustomed to dealing with individuals who often crumbled under the weight of Roman authority. Pilate's account portrays Jesus as a man who possessed an inner strength and conviction that seemed to transcend earthly concerns. Pilate's respect for Jesus is evident in his reluctance to condemn him without just cause. The letter reflects Pilate's belief that Jesus was not guilty of any crime deserving of death, describing him as a man whose only offense was challenging the status quo with his radical teachings. Pilate admired Jesus' ability to speak truth to power, acknowledging the courage it took to stand against the religious leaders who sought to maintain their influence over the people. This admiration, however, was tempered by fear. Pilate was aware of the growing movement around Jesus and the potential for unrest if his influence continued to spread unchecked. The governor understood that Jesus' teachings could inspire rebellion against Roman rule, a prospect that posed a direct threat to his position and the stability of the region. In the letter, Pilate reflects on the difficult decision he faced, caught between his duty to uphold Roman law and his personal conviction that Jesus was innocent. He describes the pressure he felt from the Jewish leaders, who were determined to see Jesus executed, and the fear of what might happen if he defied their demands. Pilate's perspective is one of a man torn between his responsibility as a governor and his moral compass, which urged him to act justly. He recounts how he sought to find a compromise, offering to release Jesus as part of the Passover amnesty tradition, only to be met with resistance from the crowd. The people's choice to free Barabbas left Pilate with no other option but to comply with their demands. Pilate's letter provides a rare glimpse into his internal struggles, illustrating the complexity of his relationship with Jesus. It reveals a man who was deeply conflicted, grappling with the weight of his decisions and the impact they would have on the world. Pilate's perspective challenges the simplistic narratives often associated with the crucifixion, offering a more nuanced view of the events and the people involved. His account encourages us to consider the human side of history, where decisions are rarely black and white and where individuals are forced to navigate the gray areas of morality and duty. The political and social pressures surrounding the crucifixion of Jesus are vividly depicted in Pilate's letter, highlighting the complexities faced by the Roman governor during this turbulent time. Pilate was operating in a highly volatile environment where tensions between the Roman authorities and the Jewish population were reaching a boiling point. The letter details the precarious balance Pilate had to maintain, navigating the demands of the Roman Empire while addressing the concerns of the local religious leaders. At the heart of these pressures was the necessity to maintain order and prevent any uprisings that could threaten Roman control over Judea. Pilate was acutely aware that any sign of weakness or indecision could lead to chaos, which would reflect poorly on his leadership and jeopardize his position as governor. One of the primary sources of pressure came from the religious authorities, who viewed Jesus as a threat to their power and influence. The letter describes how the Sanhedrin and other leaders were determined to remove Jesus from the equation, fearing that his teachings could undermine their authority and inspire a movement that challenged their control. Pilate was caught in a delicate situation, needing to placate these leaders to prevent unrest while also adhering to Roman legal standards. The letter reveals Pilate's frustration with the demands placed upon him and his awareness of the potential consequences of acceding to their wishes. The religious leaders, Pilate faced pressure from the Roman authorities, who expected him to maintain peace and ensure that Judea remained a stable part of the empire. The upcoming Passover festival added to the tension, as it brought a large influx of pilgrims to Jerusalem, increasing the potential for unrest. Pilate understood that any disturbance during this period could have severe repercussions, both for the region and for his own career. The letter reflects his awareness of the delicate political situation and the need to tread carefully in his handling of Jesus' case. The social pressures were equally significant, as the letter depicts the divided public opinion surrounding Jesus. While many saw him as a prophet and a leader, others viewed him as a destabilizing force. Pilate describes the atmosphere in Jerusalem as charged with anticipation and uncertainty, with crowds gathering to witness the unfolding events. He was keenly aware of the potential for mob mentality to sway the outcome of the trial, and his letter reflects his attempts to navigate these social dynamics to avoid inciting further conflict. Pilate's account provides a window into the complexities of governing a region where religious fervor and political interests intersected, often leading to explosive situations. The letter highlights the challenges faced by those in positions of power who had to balance competing interests and manage the expectations of various factions. The political and social pressures surrounding the crucifixion were not merely external. They also played a significant role in shaping Pilate's internal conflict. The letter reveals a man who was deeply aware of the weight of his decisions and the far-reaching implications they could have. Pilate struggled to reconcile his responsibilities as a Roman governor with his personal convictions is a central theme throughout the document, offering a nuanced view of the crucifixion that challenges simplistic interpretations of the events. By examining the political and social pressures depicted in Pilate's letter, we gain a deeper understanding of the complex dynamics at play during one of history's most pivotal moments. The letter serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by those tasked with maintaining order in a world where politics and religion were inextricably intertwined, and it offers us a more comprehensive view of the crucifixion and its lasting impact. In the letter, Pilate provides a detailed account of the crucifixion event itself, offering a vivid depiction of the proceedings and the charged atmosphere surrounding the execution. He describes the scene with an acute awareness of the tension in the air, as crowds gathered to witness the fate of the man who had stirred so much controversy. Pilate's account begins with Jesus' journey to Golgotha, the place of the skull, where the crucifixion took place. The letter captures the somber mood and the hushed anticipation of the onlookers, who had come from all corners of Jerusalem to witness this pivotal moment. Pilate writes about the soldiers who escorted Jesus to the site, detailing their preparations for the execution and the somber procession that preceded it. Despite his role as governor, Pilate's letter reveals his discomfort with the proceedings, hinting at a reluctance to carry out the sentence that had been demanded by the religious leaders. Pilate describes Jesus' demeanor as calm and composed, even in the face of imminent death, a trait that left a profound impact on him and those present. This portrayal of Jesus as a figure of quiet strength and dignity stands in stark contrast to the chaotic and frenzied atmosphere of the crowd. Pilate's account highlights the duality of the event, where the noise and clamor of the crowd were met with the serene presence of Jesus, who seemed to transcend the immediate circumstances. The letter also delves into the reactions of the onlookers, painting a picture of a divided populace. Pilate writes about the mix of emotions he observed: sorrow, anger, confusion, and fear. Emotions that were mirrored in his own heart as he grappled with the weight of his decision. The crucifixion itself is depicted with stark realism, as Pilate describes the physical suffering endured by Jesus and the impact it had on those who witnessed it. The letter conveys a sense of helplessness felt by many in the crowd, who watched as an innocent man was put to death in the name of maintaining order. Pilate's account of the crucifixion serves as a powerful reminder of the human cost of political and religious conflict, illustrating the tragic consequences that can arise when power and ideology collide. Following the crucifixion, Pilate's letter reflects on the aftermath of the event and his personal reflections on the decisions he made. He writes about the lingering sense of unease and regret that haunted him in the days following the execution. Pilate's account reveals a man who was deeply affected by the events he had presided over, struggling to come to terms with the role he played in the crucifixion. He describes how the execution of Jesus reverberated through Jerusalem, leaving a palpable impact on the city's inhabitants. The letter portrays a community grappling with the shock and sorrow of the event, as the reality of Jesus' death began to sink in. Pilate writes about the mixed reactions from the people, with some feeling a sense of relief that the perceived threat had been neutralized, while others mourned the loss of a beloved teacher and leader. In his reflections, Pilate questions the morality of his actions, expressing doubts about the justice of the crucifixion and the fairness of the trial. He acknowledges the pressure he faced from the religious authorities and the Roman government, but laments that he allowed those forces to dictate his decision. Pilate's letter reveals a profound sense of guilt and introspection as he grapples with the knowledge that he had played a part in the death of an innocent man. This inner turmoil is evident throughout the letter, illustrating the personal cost of the decisions he made and the burden of leadership in a time of crisis. Pilate also reflects on the broader implications of Jesus' death, considering the spiritual and political ramifications for Judea and the Roman Empire. He writes about his fears that the execution might ignite further unrest among Jesus' followers and provoke a backlash from those who saw Jesus as a martyr. Pilate's reflections reveal a keen awareness of the potential consequences of his actions, both for his career and for the stability of the region. The letter ends with a note of uncertainty, as Pilate contemplates the future and the impact that the crucifixion would have on the course of history. The letter attributed to Pilate is a remarkable document that provides invaluable insights into one of the most significant events in history. Through his words, we gain a deeper understanding of the complexities and challenges faced by those involved in the crucifixion of Jesus. Pilate's account offers a unique perspective that challenges traditional narratives and encourages us to consider the broader implications of the crucifixion. The historical impact of Pilate's letter is profound, as it sheds light on the political, social, and religious dynamics of the time. It highlights the challenges of governance in a region marked by tension and unrest, revealing the difficult decisions faced by those in power. Pilate's account reminds us of the human side of history, where individuals must navigate the gray areas of morality and duty in the face of immense pressure. Beyond its historical significance, the letter also invites us to reflect on the spiritual implications of the crucifixion. It challenges us to consider the enduring legacy of Jesus' teachings and the transformative power of his message. Pilate's reflections on the aftermath of the crucifixion reveal a man who was profoundly affected by the events he witnessed, offering a reminder of the lasting impact that spiritual truths can have on individuals and communities. As we explore Pilate's letter, we are reminded that history is not a simple narrative of good versus evil, but a complex tapestry woven from the actions and decisions of individuals faced with difficult choices. Pilate's account offers us a glimpse into the human struggles and conflicts that shaped the course of events, encouraging us to seek a deeper understanding of the crucifixion and its lasting impact. By examining this letter within its historical and spiritual context, we gain a greater appreciation for the complexities of the time and the profound legacy of the crucifixion of Jesus.